Hi YouTube world, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new here. Today, as the video suggests, I wanted to share just like 10 random facts about me. So this is somehow a funny video and I had like a lot of fun just coming up with this because you kind of like have to sit and think like what's normal with me which is not normal with everyone else. So these are like some of those things, and yeah, so let's get into the video as I share those random facts about myself. The first thing, which is very true to me and not very common, is I hate chewing. Like, I don't like chewing. I'm very lazy. Like, the act of chewing tires me, you know. I'm so lazy to chew that I don't like hard food. I don't like hard food. I don't like necessarily love meat, you know, like how people love meat. I like meat. I don't love meat. Unless it's fillet, then I would enjoy it much more. But I hate chewing. I hate chewing much that sometimes I could be feeling hungry, but I just won't eat because I'm too lazy to chew. Like that has happened a number of times, and it's just something that is normal for me. Like, I don't like chewing at all. Which is why my favorite food is anything mashed, like mashed potatoes and anything else. I like that. I also love porridge because I don't have to chew, you know. So that's weird, but that's like a random fact about me, number one. Random fact number two is I think I believe in myself so much, sometimes it scares me, you know, like I would dream of something like out of nowhere and just be like, actually, I'll do that. Sometimes I sit back and think like, who do I think I am, you know, kind of situation, because I think like I have this level of audacity, the delusions that I live in, insane. And then the bad thing is that I believe in my delusions. Like, I have a lot of delusions and I believe in them, and in most cases I'll actually like go through with them and do the things, and then when they work out in the end, and then is when I like put back like, that actually worked. I don't know. That is just to say, like, I think the level of faith that I have in myself scares me. Like, it's insane. Because I remember like last year I had this idea of just like, actually, you know, like I used to play like a lot of card games, but you know, like how a lot of card games, most of them are not based with the Tanzania context in mind. So they have questions that are not relative to us. And then you find yourself playing a card game and then you're putting aside at least like 10, 20 cards just because they're not relevant. And then I was like, this is stupid. Why are we doing this? We should make our own cards. Like, we should make our own card games. And everyone was like, yeah, right, but then that's like a lot of whatever. And then I was like, you know what, I'll just go do it myself. And then I went on. I found someone who could make the cards. I designed the cards. I pulled it through everything. And then I produced my own cards. So I had like 3 card games. And then I produced like almost 20 cards with each design. To my surprise, I sold all of them out. I don't know how that happened, because it was basically like, they are not even like a brand or anything, but they all sold out. And then I was like, actually, this works. Okay, nice. I've been like, I think I've operated in that manner with a lot of things, to the point that I'm like, why do I believe in myself so much? It scares me sometimes, but I think that's how I am. Even like the book tribe thing, I think earlier this year I started like a program where people had to pay to get like a sort of tutorial on how to like read and stuff like that, because I think I've been had like a lot of questions on how you read and everything else. You know, I think when I was starting the program, most people had like doubts if I'll get even like 2 members to join. To my surprise, I had like 15 participants paying 50K each just to be part of that program. And that's how like, okay, this works. I don't know. I think just believing in yourself kind of like makes the impossible possible. It could be just me, but that's a random fact about me. I have like crazy faith. And another random fact about myself is I have this thing where I like looking at somebody's shoes. I don't know, it's a crazy thing, but I pay very much attention to shoes than necessary. I don't know who else looks at shoes, but I do. Like, sometimes I cannot remember what someone wore, but I can remember the shoe they were wearing. It's that weird. But yeah, my cousin used to laugh at me for that because I mean, like, somebody would walk in and then the first thing I'll see is their shoes, and then I'll start commenting on that. And then she'd be like, "Have you even seen their shirt?" I'm like, "No, why should I look at shirts? I look at shoes." It's crazy. I don't even like shoes that much. I don't know why I have a thing with shoes. I just like looking at people's shoes. And then low-key, I could judge you based on that, but not always. So it's a weird fact. Another random fact about me is that I love languages. I think the idea of being like multilingual turns me on very much. Like when someone could switch from like Swahili to English to Spanish to French to Italian, bro, that turns me on. Like, I love languages so much, and I think languages are very important because they kind of like help you they kind of like help you navigate a lot of environments, and languages kind of is very important when it comes to like building bondage and relationship with like a range of people, also like being able to navigate diverse environments. But just the idea of languages feels so good to me, like, which is why I'm learning like a third language, and when I master the third language, I'll probably learn the fourth. That's just how much I love languages. I love languages so much. Another random fact is that my friends usually assume like I'm hardcore or something. Actually, not like, my close friends know the truth, but people who know me from away, they kind of assume like I'm kind of like, you know, a toughie. But the truth is that I'm a very much a touchy person. Like, I don't know how to describe that, but I'm more like a puppy, if that makes sense. Anyway, I don't want to get into details for that. The next random fact is that I like watching shows that most people don't watch. I mean, I think most people, you know, like how most people are intrigued to watch a show when everyone is watching it. I'm the kind of person that I will draw back from watching a show when everyone is watching it. You know, Squid Game? I have not watched that to date. I'm just that weird. And I'll go an extra mile to find a good show that people are not talking about it as much, and I'll watch that and enjoy it. And most of the famous shows, I think I did enjoy them more when most people are not talking about them than when people started like talking about them everywhere. Yeah, I think I like things that are not that famous, kind of situation. Another thing is, another random fact about me is that I like history so much. Like, I like history in all forms. I like listening to like old music. I like watching old films. I like reading history as history, like the history of different countries, the history of different nations, the history of different things, like the history of money, the history of the movie industry, the history of music. Like, I like history in that sense. And I think I like history so much because I kind of like have this, my thinking is that nothing is new, like everything is literally repeating in the same patterns. So I don't know, it's just like by learning how it happened the old way, you kind of like know and navigate easily when it's happening right now kind of situation. For instance, one example would have been like, if you listen to like old music, there is this song by Remi, is it Remi? Yeah, there's this song by Remi Ongala. So if, is it Silipendwa? I forgot the name of the song, but he's basically complaining like how the race love goes. They just like, they're in it for the money, and there's no true love, you know, like those kind of situations. Remember, like it's better. Let me find the song first and foremost. Yeah. So there's this song by Remi Ongara, I think, as Kipenda Roho. So in the song, he complains that girls in Dar es Salaam do not like want love for love. They want love for money. So in the song, he says that it's better during the age when his mom was growing up, when people would just like take love for love and not for other advantages. And I think these things have not changed, because Remi Ongara sang this song back in like this was in the 1960s, I think. and then we still have the same issues today. So I'm like, nothing is new, because I think before paying attention to this song, I kind of like I would take such discussions, like when people said, oh, girls these days only date for men and stuff like that, I'll kind of like take that at face value, and like I'll kind of like take it personal, like I'll be very defensive and stuff like that, because I somehow like assume people have a lot of misconceptions, and I was kind of like, I want to change your narrative and stuff like that. But after hearing this song and like a lot of other old music where they're like complaining about the same stuff, sometimes I was like, actually nothing has changed. If people are complaining about this since the 1960s, and then everyone kind of says like things were better in the previous age, it's like this, it's like a vicious cycle. Like everyone is complaining to where they are, and they assume someone who was before them kind of had it easy, if that makes sense. So I like history in that way, because it kind of like open up your eyes in that sense. Like you kind of see like nothing is new, so you don't like take things as if they're blaming you. It's like they're blaming the system, so it's not personal. That makes sense, right? Yeah. So apart from loving history, another random fact about me is that I don't have a favorite soft drink. You know, like I think there are people who know what their favorite soft drink is. You know, like you'd be asked like, what's your favorite soda, and people have their favorite. I don't have a favorite. Like I'm the kind of person that I would go to a shop, and let's say I would buy the first soda that I see. If I see Fanta, I'll buy Fanta. If I see a Coke, I'll buy a Coca. Like I'm that random. I know my cousin likes Pepsi, and she can't drink Fanta like at all. She can't drink Sprite at all. So if she can get Pepsi, then you just have to get her, I mean, like it's close to drink, like so she either drink Pepsi or Coke and nothing else. But me, I drink like almost everything. Like Tangawizi, let's go. Fanta, let's go. Like I don't even have a favorite. So I'm not sure if everyone has a favorite, but for me I think it's just that random. And another random fact is I'm very talkative and very quiet at the same time. So it just depends on how comfortable I am around you, but I'm both of those. So depending on how much I can talk around you, you know which side of me you have, but I'm both. Another thing is, last but not least, is when I was a child, my dream job was, I wanted, this is crazy, but my dream job was to be a mother. So whenever I asked like, what job you want to grow up, I want to be a mother. Like to me, being a mom was a full-time job. And then I grew up and realized that some people actually do like two jobs, like they're mothers and they have like another full-time job. I don't know. That concept is not making sense to me. And I think to me, like I assumed like being a mom was a full-time job because our mom was a full-time mom when we were growing up. And later she decided to like do other things, but at least when we were young, she was a full-time staying at home mom. So for me, like being a mom was enough of a job. And now that I see like people are mothers and they're doing other things, bro, I think like adulthood just exposed me to that. And now I'm trying to like round my brain around it. It's not making sense. Like I think motherhood is a full-time job. First and foremost, it's a big job and it's so heavy. Like I don't know. I know they're feminists who like wants to be able to be a mom and to be able to do jobs and stuff like that. But I think I'm one of the few who would happily be a stay-at-home mom. And I know like being a stay-at-home mom is not an option for most. For most, they just find themselves in situations where they have to work as well. But if I will have the chance to choose, like if my partner will be wealthy enough to give me the option, so choose, do you want to just be a mom full-time or you want to do your job and be a mom as well? I mean, I don't like my job that much. I'm just working for survival, honestly. I'm not married to my job in any sense. So if I have to choose, I would choose to be a full-time mom. Like because to me this whole thing is just too much work. Also, I don't think you can, I don't think you get like enough time to like watch the child, to nurture them, to like bloom them in the right directions and all that. I think motherhood is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, guys. First and foremost, it's a lot of important work. Why do people have to do 2 jobs? Like, it's just not. This is a very sensitive topic, I know. I know it's very sensitive, and I know most people have different perspective around it, but this is my perception. Like, I wish many people had like the option to choose if they want to be a full-time mothers or if they want to be a mom and still do their jobs. But apparently the world does not revolve around everyone, so everyone just have to deal with it as these things come. But yeah, anyway, so I think I'm dragging this too much and I'm probably just throwing myself out of the way. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you join us again next week for another video. Don't forget to join our little community by subscribing and sharing this video to whoever it might be useful to, or just for fun, whatever that works for you. Thank you, and bye bye.